Welcome to Getting Gamers, your guide to understanding the gamers in your life. My name is Juke, my pronouns are they, them.
And my name is Perf, my pronouns are he, him.
And my name is Divi, my pronouns are he, him.
And today we're going to talk about a beginner-friendly tournament.
More specifically, my first time joining a friendly tournament that the guys have started. So in previous episodes, we have mentioned that Juke and Divi organize a friendly tournament for HeartStone that we call THC because in French it's Tournoi HeartStone en chum. So
Yes.
you bilinguals out there will understand. Before we get into it, what games have you guys been playing this week?
Me and Divi have been playing
yes.
Heroes of the Storm a bit more lately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we started back, that's true.
Yeah, I noticed, like, you guys took a long break. I guess when Heroes of the Storm started dying, eventually you guys fizzled. But, like, lately, every time I pass by, Perf's playing UTS or Dota.
Yeah, I've been
Well,
Dotaing.
we don't play a lot of HUTs. Like, we played maybe 10 games in the last 2 weeks, I would say.
Yeah, that's
Something like that.
about that.
That's almost a game a day. It's not bad.
Yeah.
But it's fun to see that you guys are getting back into the game, even though Blizzard's kind of, like, fizzling.
Yeah, before that, I think it was the longest period of time without me playing HUTs, which was 4 months in the last 5 years or so.
Oh, my.
Beside HUTs, the classics, but HeartStone right now, it's pretty much in like dead right now because the meta is settled for a while.
In Hearthstone?
In HeartStone, yeah.
Okay, because we're, like, they did the renewal thing, and then now everybody's kind of, like, settled.
Yeah, it's always in waves.
Okay.
So when they release new content, we play back. There's the THC, the tournament. And so we play a lot to be prepared. It's exciting because there's new cards.
Yeah.
But right now, it's been 4 months since the last expansion. There's no tournament, so it's pretty, I would not say lame, but it's redundant.
Yeah.
So we face always the same opponent. So we just do our daily quest and that's it.
And for you guys, when there's nerfs and stuff like that, does it give you this, like, new wave of interest?
Did we define what is a meta?
Probably not.
Because I said that and I realized maybe a couple of people doesn't know what it means.
Yeah, you feel like trying to define it?
Oh, it will be hard. How can we define it?
But I guess it's a general strategy or way of playing depending on what's being played right now.
Yeah.
So this is like very generic terms, but it can get very complex to explain to people that are not familiar with metagaming.
Yeah, it's really hard to define.
If I try to dumb it down, like, in the way that I understood it, because, like, meta was never explained to me, I just, like, started understanding what it meant by hearing you guys use the term. And from what I understood, it's like, if you look at any game, there's different characters will have different skills, and often you'll say, oh, this character's overpowered or whatever. So, like, in that, let's say that the characters that everybody's like, oh, that character is clearly, like, the overpowered one, the good one, then, like, that's going to be the character people play the most. So it's kind of what I see in, like, when you guys say of meta is, like, what's being played the most, what people are... At some point, what he's saying of getting redundant is, like, you're always playing against the same thing because that's, like, the better option if you look at the statistics.
Yeah.
And
like,
everything else is settled around
yes,
this
exactly.
overpowered character.
So there's that power in Hearthstone. It's not a character; it's a deck. So that there's the, like, dominating deck because it takes time to settle, but like, people find the deck. So they're, like, the vast majority of people will play this list, and the other one will try to counter it. So this creates the meta.
Yeah, exactly. That's, I think, the best way to define it. Because or else, if people think of meta, they'll think of, like, TV shows, oh, they're being meta or stuff like that. It's not the same definition in gaming. So it's, like, so hard. But I think what you said right there helps define it. Good luck for the gamer glossary, Perf.
But the meta is something that's fluid and is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
But there has to be some changes from the game developers.
Yeah.
Let it be with patches and hot fixes,
Nerfs.
Like
your
stuff.
questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a bit on that, like what the guys are saying about the meta, that's the tournament, the friendly tournament. Every time HeartStone changes the game or changes the different aspects of the game to change the meta, to force people to change the meta, that's when there's always a new friendly tournament that the guys create.
Yes.
I feel like I explained that really clunkily.
Yeah, but
I think it still
the
gets the
sense is
job.
there.
Yeah. So we prefaced this in a few past episodes, but like Zik first started off the tournament, and then Divi joined on the like organizational committee of the tournament, and now we just did the 12th edition.
That's right.
Yes. Nice one.
Power.
Yeah, I know. I got Zivi startled because I farted.
Oh, you want to fart?
That was a fart?
I thought something fell.
Yeah, I saw you looking on the ground and I was like, that's my fart.
You were just like, with that smile, there's something wrong here.
We ate nachos and beans, so
Oh my God.
that's not my fault. It's not my fault.
It doesn't smell. It's good.
Perfect.
For now.
So yeah.
Yes.
So yes. So to bring us back, so we do tournament every expansions.
Yeah, expansion. That's the word.
Expansions. Yeah. So at each expansions they release a bunch of cards, 135 to be exact.
Always 135?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes, it's a fixed number. And between those expansions, there's mini expansions, and they release 35 new cards. So that shakes up the meta too.
So is it 135 per year, and then the mini ones is like every...
No, they release 3 expansions per year and
Of
3 mini
130.
set.
Oh.
Yes, so it's a total of 3, 400 and my
Oh,
mental
don't make me do
calculation
that.
is not
Maths, everyone.
400-ish cards per year
All
plus the
right.
mini set, so it brings up like 500.
But the mini sets are separate. They're not at the same time as the expansion.
No, there's 2 months apart.
It's like halftime.
But there's
Yeah.
no tournament for mini sets.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, there are.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that you did was the mini set, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So when the
With
chest...
Mutanus.
Yeah. True. I hate Mutanus, okay? Anyone playing Hearthstone out there? Putting Mutanus in your deck is rude. But okay, so whenever like the chest opens and you get the prizes, that can be mini sets or expansion.
Once the mini expansion is so if you open a pack from the Barons, it can be mini set or the first expansion of 135 cards. So the pool is now 180
Okay.
and say 70. Sorry, 170 cards.
Oh, all right.
So we do that because we don't want to play against the same deck all the time. Because if we do 2 tournament with the exact same card pool,
It's gonna be
we're
the
gonna
same
find
thing.
it's gonna be the same. So we wait until new cards arrive.
And so, Perf, I assume you joined the tournament on the first tournament.
Yeah, I was
OG.
OG dude from this THE.
And did you start off with
On
the
the
first?
second.
On the second?
Yes.
And when did you start like organizing with Zik?
Oh, I think Zik organized it alone for the first 4, I would say.
Yeah, you've been with Zik for a while now.
For a while, but the 4 first THC was alone doing it. I think I jumped in as a co-organizer at the 5th.
And was there always money at play from the start, or did you guys decide to start putting an entrance?
I think it's from the first one, but you will be
I
more.
don't remember, to be quite frankly. I think the first and second edition there was no money involved.
The second, yes,
Second,
because I
already?
remember always putting a $5 at least.
I think it was starting from the second edition. I don't think there was a price,
yeah,
but
maybe.
Zik could confirm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Eventually, we'll have him on.
Yeah.
yeah, I think the first edition was free.
All right.
But the money is only like
it's for
to
fun.
bring a competitive side, but nobody makes money besides the winner.
Yeah. But it's for the fun of it to just add
you have
spiciness.
something. Yeah, exactly.
And so for me, on my side of things, like the first times that I heard of the friendly tournament was like when Perf and I started dating, and it started. And at first, I wasn't paying that much attention because I wasn't so interested in HeartStone, and I slowly started playing HeartStone. And eventually, once I understood more, I started watching, and there was really you guys used to do it one day, all the games. And it was easier for me to watch back then. And I remember, like, when I finally gathered the guts to join the Discord, which in previous episodes we mentioned my anxieties around that. But when I finally did that and I started watching the first tournament I watched, I didn't even join the Discord because I was so anxious to be part of that group of people. But I was watching and chatting sometimes when, like, it's fun stuff. And I remember writing in the chat, never in my life I would have expected that I would have spent an entire Saturday watching a HeartStone tournament.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. The first, almost the 8, 9 first edition was 6 or 7 hours straight of HeartStone. So
yeah, because it grew a little. Because at first it was me, Perf, Zik, Gigi, and Server Police,
yeah,
something like that. So it was like 5 people at the really first THEs. After that, who joined first? It was Galas. No,
Galas went.
We went late.
Yeah, he was a late boy.
Who was THE number 5? It was Mindex and my friend Mike. Like it was this time.
Did Fodzinator join?
No, Fodzinator was the last one to join.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like before all the new guys, before Fusher, before
the
Pepito,
strangers.
before the strangers.
That's what I call them.
There was
the unknowns.
Like it started, we recruited, I would say, Mindex, my friend Mike, and his friend too. But the 3 of them didn't last for long. Mindex did only 1 tournament. The friend of my friend Mike did 1. And Mike did 2 or 3 maximum.
Okay.
And after that, because those people left, we had a sweet spot. We had to recruit other people. We had no friends at our level.
Yeah.
So I went on Facebook and just like...
in like a Facebook group, like Facebook, a
HeartStone Quebec Facebook group. I just like... put a message, we are looking for like casual, like good players, HeartStone, doing a tournament, friendly, blah blah blah. And the first guy we recruited, he just joined for once, for 1 tournament. You never met him. His name, I don't remember his gamer tag. But other people also contacted me, and I said, we are full for this one. So the one after, I contacted them back, and this is the one, that for sure, Pepito, etc. And they are really nice guys.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, they're really fun to play with.
Yeah, so we are really happy with the pool we have. So we grew. It started at 3-4 people, and now we are aiming for 12 each tournament.
Yeah. And now it's on a 2-week long tournament where you have more freedom of like figuring out when to do your games and stuff like that. It was easier to watch and keep track of when it was just one day. Because I really enjoyed it.
Because when you're 4, 5, 6 player, it's okay to do it in one night. But when you're 12, that's a lot of HeartStone. Like, you don't want to play at the end. You just, let's do a final. I don't care. So this is why we bring up we call it the league format.
Yeah.
So
crack cocaine. We can do that.
So yeah.
There's no regulation for drugs in this tournament.
Yeah.
It's actually based on a cannabis pun, so.
Yeah. It's true. And for me, when I finally joined, and I was talking about how like I had notes and everything, and the guys were like, "What?" For me, if I don't sit down with a beer, it's like I'm not doing it right,
Yeah, alcohol is included in the THC usually, or pot or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not doing weed again. I did it once or twice, and every time ended up doing some major misplays, and I was like, never again.
Yeah.
So for me, after having watched like a few of you guys play THC and stuff like that, I started slowly saying, "Oh, maybe next one I'll join. Oh, maybe next one I'll join."
Yeah.
And that lasted a while.
I had to pull you in.
I had maybe a year of maybe next time I'll join.
Yeah, maybe next time. I've heard this one before.
Yeah, so I think for a while I was getting like more into it, and I think what was motivating me to join the tournament with you guys is that I was winning some games against Perf when we played, but I was often borrowing his decks because I didn't have my own decks and stuff like that. Yeah, decks. I was going to correct and say the wrong thing. I always mix up deck and pack, so if I mix it up, I'm sorry. But eventually I started like really getting my own cards, playing enough where I could like hoard the gold and then buy like 20, 30 packs every new expansion. And that started making me feel like, okay, you know,
we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, we're getting somewhere. And then the guys confirming that like I had like decent cards, and like the guys being like, oh, like Juke can manage maybe. And then eventually like went right before the latest tournament, then Perf was insisting more, and then one night Divi was over and we drank a bit and Divi was like, la Juke, you gotta come next time. And and in 1 week it was Perf bugging me about it, then Divi giving me his little rant, and then Zik writing to me and saying, yo, so are you joining? The guys are saying you might join. I was like, okay.
Okay, guys.
Finally, we got them.
Yeah, and at that point, I decided, because I was like hoarding the dust, I didn't want to spend my dust. But at that point, I was like, okay, I'm gonna check what decks that are on HS Replay, see what I can do, and then I actually like crafted some cards that I needed and started practicing, and I felt like a little more confident enough. But I always said that like I just wanted to beat the tournament that I had really watched fully and like really passionately watched. There was one guy that had like only one of his matches, so my goal was to win like at least one of his my matches, just to beat like to be equal to that guy.
Shout out to Pepito.
I didn't remember which one exactly it was, but for a few weeks I kept saying like I just want to beat Pepito, which I didn't. I didn't beat Pepito in the tournament. Meaning like in our matchup or whatever you call it.
He's one of the only few who beat me this THC.
Mm-hmm.
And Divi, of course, because he's my nemesis. But I'll get you someday.
It's gonna be a classic now. We'll see next one. He's gonna try hard.
I hate you.
It's true, because you guys all kind of have nemesis of people you just never.
That's funny.
beat.
That's really. I know it's like it's random. I mean, it's a card game. There's a lot of randomness in this game, but it's really funny. Like I always lose against Galas. Pretty much, I won once, and it was in the final, so it was great.
Yeah, it's satisfying.
But usually he beats me. Perf, I usually win. Versus Zik, I think I beat Zik pretty much all the time too, but I lose versus Fusher all the time. Pepito beats me a lot of time. So we all have our nemesis, and it's always the same people.
Yeah,
it's really funny.
That's really interesting. I wonder like how much it has to do with like your expectations and like how you play, knowing that you always win or always lose against that person.
There's mind games, of course, because you need to select the decks. And,
maybe Juke is going to be one of Divi's nemesis too.
Yeah. First time you beat me, so now got a what's the term in Sib? A target on her head.
Target, yeah. Yeah, well, that's
no
something.
Mercy.
That's something that I was like really genuinely surprised is that I did win a few matches. It was a very intense, I guess, experience, because like I just was never expecting it to go well. You know, I was so anxious. I had like 3 pages of notes. But yeah, I had like 3 pages of notes preparation. I don't work a lot right now, so I spent like a whole week playing like nonstop, getting ready. And like I think one of the more anxious parts for me was to hop on Discord with you guys, which I almost never do. And especially for those that I didn't know, like I knew I would be fine with Zik. I knew I would be fine with you. I knew that Galas would be a troll.
Yes.
But like the strangers, meaning like the guys that I've never met that like just happened to be from that Facebook group, like I was just like, I don't know how the fuck they're gonna be and how they react, and they were so.
Oh, there's a guy named Broccoli.
Yeah.
I think one of them is a stoner too, so I guess it helped in the dynamics.
I'm guessing it's Broccoli.
Is it?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, because broccoli is like the term we use when we were like, at my old job, that's what we said. I'm going to go steam some broccoli. And we were going to go smoke.
I never heard this one before.
Me too.
Maybe it was just at that job that we said that. But
I want to steam some broccoli.
yeah. Talking about the anxieties about Discord, I not only did I have notes, like 3 pages of notes, but I was like pre-planning in my head how to be on Discord. Like I was planning, like, okay, I'm gonna have to mute myself during my games because I like sing while I play and I make noise. And then I was like, I don't want to bother them, and then so I was like, I have to mute myself. And I remember one of my games, I think it was against Broccoli or Pipitu or Pish Push or something like that, where I was sing-songing and I wasn't muted. And he's like, oh, what song are you listening to? And then I look at my phone and I'm like, Slut. I was just like,
You asked?
yeah, that was the song. So that was a fun moment, and I think I was surprised because the times that I forgot to mute myself, and I was like, oh, oops, sorry, because I was singing, and the guys were often like, oh, please, the guys do worse than that on chat, you know, or the guys say way worse than you just singing. So it was reassuring.
We never say that.
No,
we are super polite.
Yeah. But yeah, everybody was super reassuring and like chill. Like when I played against Fosher was the person I was the most anxious to play, because the first time that I had watched a tournament, Fosher like wrecked everyone, but like really wrecked. Like he had a lot of 2-0s and like just he hadn't lost like a single match that tournament or something.
Yeah, that's right.
And I was just like, what the fuck?
And you want to find out, like, he was
so
undefeated.
I was so anxious to play against him because I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get wrecked, you know.
You said 2-0s. I just want to point out that it was best of 3s for every match. So the winner had to win 2 games out of 3 games.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I should have clarified that at the beginning.
That's why I didn't.
But yeah, so when I won my first game against Fosher, I was like, oh my god, my heart's beating so fast, you know. And he just laughed, you know. It wasn't like he wasn't pissed that I won or whatever. And because for me he was like this pro in my mind, and I expected him to be like a little colder.
Yeah.
And less friendlier for some reason.
Yeah. They were when they first participated. But now they are friends. They're like super easygoing. Well, I can imagine.
I guess you're kind of shy too.
Yeah, of course, that's normal. I was expecting that, but now they're super easygoing.
Yeah,
and it's funny because for sure you were afraid because you wrecked everyone at his first participation, but the last one that you were participating, it was the last.
Yeah,
dead last.
Yeah, it was. But literally, well, I think I've told you this already, but when I won against Fosher, because I did end up winning my best of 3 against Fosher, I fell off my chair. Like, Perf came to see me and I literally slid off my chair because I could not believe that I had won against Fosher, because he was the person that I was like, oh, like, he's gonna wreck me, like, I'm gonna look like a fool, you know? Yeah. I was so like, oh my god. And I kept saying, like, after that, because I had won like 4 of my matches or something like that, I was I can never come back to a THC. This went too well. I can never come back.
No, you're allowed to. I want to beat you.
You're coming to the next one too.
It's not a choice.
I'm curious. We know how you felt before and after your matches, but how were you feeling during your matches? During the games?
I think it was easier than I thought to be in like the flow of like the moment, which I thought it was going to be harder for me to stay focused because of the anxieties and
the rope,
the stress, the fucking rope. But I think that the week of playing helped, and I studied. I made notes. I analyzed you guys' decks and pre-planned which ones I was gonna ban and like all that shenanigans. So that really helped me because I could go back in my notes if ever I was like questioning like, oh, like if I hadn't decided in advance who to ban and stuff like that, I think it would have been a lot harder for me because the mulligans, I would be constantly second guessing myself, and the anxieties of deciding what to ban and having to make sure I cross-reference the information to not miss it out. All of that would have really heavily impacted my games, like my state during the games.
I'm just gonna clarify right now that mulligans means the starting end you're dealt, you can decide to roll them back into your deck and have different cards.
Specific ones, not all your hand.
Yeah. And that was for mulligan, and bans is that for the tournament you have to bring 4 different decks, and you get to ban one from your opponent, and your opponent obviously bans one of yours too.
Yeah.
And mulligan is a term borrowed from golf. In golf, it's an official term, and it's a similar. I think it's when you hit a ball, you can do it again if it's not as you wish. I'm not sure about. Maybe Gigi would have a better answer, but it's a similar thing. You can redo something.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was.
I have a theory that term comes from Hercules Mulligan in the American Revolution, but I'm not sure. Hercules Mulligan was like a double agent. He was like a spy in the English army or something. He was like spying for the Americans or something like that. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, how can it not be like Mulligan is such a weird word. How can it not come from Hercules Mulligan?
But you're losing me there. I don't know.
What? I made you watch Hamilton. Hercules Mulligan. When you knock me down, I get the fuck back up again.
Yeah, but I can't say I remember this one.
Fine. Well, he's cool. Well, in the musical, he's cool. I don't know about history. I only know musicals. But yeah, in my state in games, I think I was calmer than I thought I would be. And then as soon as things were going well, then I was panicking. Because like things are going good, so then I was like, and like I filmed most of my games, almost all of my games I filmed, and you can really see the moments where like I realize that I am very likely going to win this, and then you can see me be like,
yeah,
and,
you're
like,
very fun to watch
up.
with all your gestures, and it looks like you're praying.
Yeah.
It looks like you're gonna.
I check
apart.
my pulse.
Yeah.
Just because not because I'm worried about my heart or anything, just because I have a feeling my heart's beating fast.
It was because I touched your chest after your game against Fosher.
Yeah, after Fosher, my heart was beating pretty hard.
Can you feel the rush, my love?
Yeah. But something that I was expecting, I guess, because since I played so much in the week before the THC, I felt myself becoming like kind of tired of playing because I had like crammed so hard, and I kind of expected that I would be kind of over HeartStone after the THC, in a sense of like I'm that type of person, like if I really like a certain food, I'm gonna like eat it every day for like a long time, and then I'm not gonna eat it again for like months and months and months. So I figured HeartStone would be a bit like that for me, but I noticed that I still kept clearing, like I still try to do my daily quest more now than before. I never really cared that much about my daily quests, but now I'm like, oh, I do them, and we do battlegrounds, which helps. Like we diversify because there are other modes, which was a question I had for you when you said that like once the meta's like settled, you kind of over it until the meta changes. You don't really play the other modes, do you?
Really, rarely. It's not because it's bad modes, because it's obviously really popular, but I personally don't like it. I like the original HeartStone because all the other modes are added over time. All those modes, only Arena was there at the beginning. Arena is another mode. There's Battleground, Arena, Duels, and I think that's
then the standard.
That is standard. I was always a standard player from the beginning, and I never Arena was. I only did few when I started playing, I play other games when the meta is settled and I'm tired of the meta.
Yeah.
I think I did like 3 battlegrounds in the last 2 months. Like, it's not something I do a lot. So you enjoy your tournament?
Yeah, I did. I enjoyed it. I was surprised, and I was honestly like, the big part of the enjoyment was like l'accueil, the greeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greetings, friend.
Like you guys were surprised at how well I was doing and vocal about it. You didn't just like talk to each other about like, oh wow, Juke's doing well. Like you guys were like, yo, Juke, like you're doing good, you know. And there's a lot of like positive reinforcement in that group of people. Like, not that you're actively being like, oh, I'm gonna do positive reinforcement. You're just generally positive people. So it's like a really nice ambiance. And
yeah, the dynamic is very cool between all the players in there.
There's no salty. I never saw one insult or like a rage quit. One rage quit, but he
was like a last minute join also.
Yeah, exactly. So. But like, it's really friendly. Like, nobody's mad, nobody's salty. Salty is an expression.
I think I'm gonna have to add this one. Salty, well, it's
salty is commonly used though. Like, but you can define it anyways. I think it's valuable to define because moms might not understand what salty is. But for like in pop culture and stuff like that, like throwing shade and being salty is like common terms. But I would like you to define it anyways.
Oh, but I was just going to say that if you lose repeatedly against, let's say, the same opponent or something didn't go.
Are you salty with me, Perf?
Yes, I'm getting pretty salty with you, you little. Anyways, so yeah, it's a general feeling of
saltiness.
Himalayan salt all the way. Of lacking words right here.
Like it's like not resentment, but like almost. It's like the resentment's love child.
It's being pissed, actually.
Yeah, I think pissed, drained.
Yeah.
Angry. It's a mix of all those things.
Yeah, it's a fun mix of all these negative emotions.
Yeah.
But from what I gather from how people use salty, it's not like an intense emotion.
No.
It's more of a casual emotion. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a state of mind. You're like you're I don't know the term. It's like standby. Like you're just not happy. If something else happened, you will react impulsively, I would say. But if nothing happens, you're just gonna be calm and mad. Yeah.
So like irritated a little.
Yeah.
Irritated is clearly part of it.
And rage quit is the opposite. It's like saltiness to the extreme. Like you're mad, you slam your keyboard. This is rage. Like you're enraged. This is the last thing before you need to stop playing for a while.
I had another question for you too.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips for anyone that's noob that would like to start a tournament of like the THE?
Oh yeah, I would say if you're like me and you were anxious about the whole Discord thing, you just have to do it. Like go for it. You'll like eventually. That's just something you just have to jump in. But about the anxieties of like just joining a tournament, the geek sheet, like my notes, what I call my geek sheets, is what made it possible.
Geek sheets.
Yeah, but that's what that's the only way I can play data with Perf is my geek sheet. It's like I write down like when I have this much gold, I have to buy this. When I have this much gold, I have to buy this in this order. And if I play this character, I choose this lane. When I played data. So with the HeartStone, it was about people's decks and what I need to mulligan and what I need to ban and just pre-writing all that out made it so that it didn't have to have real estate in my brain. And I really did consult my notes, and it's what made it possible. I don't think I would have done the tournament if I didn't think of like if I didn't have that release of anxiety of having my notes and having been able to put all that like brain clutter down on paper. It's what made it doable. And I think for me, for a lot of games, having the notes is what's going to make it possible for me to play. Like other than Borderlands, which is pretty straightforward, like any other game, like if I were to play UTS, if I were to try to play Utz again, I would have, like, now that I know to make geek sheets and how well I function with them, like, that's my go-to, and that's what makes it really possible. So I think it's just to don't be scared to look like a nerd. Like, they're all nerds.
Yeah, that's a good beginning.
But I think because when you're a noob, you're kind of afraid to look like, we're always, as much as people don't care what people think of them, everybody cares. Everybody gets that anxiety of like, oh, what are they going to think? And especially when you're a noob joining a space of non-noobs. And I would also like vet the people you're joining, meaning like vetting someone is like not researching, but like
analyzing.
Yeah, like had I not known you guys, I would have like snooped around to see like, okay, do they look chill? Like on their Facebook page, are they raging all the time, or are they just sharing funny stuff? If they're just sharing funny stuff, they're people that I probably will have a good time to. But if on their Facebook or their Instagram they're constantly raging, then I'd be too anxious to join. All
right. So tips, good preparation, and full-blown psychoanalysis of the whole thing.
But I wouldn't say full-blown psychoanalysis, but I would say like there are some of Perf's friends that do make me more anxious, and them not being there was one of the main reasons I did join the tournament. Like I did speak about that to Divi as well, like that certain people not being in that tournament made it possible for me to move past my anxiety of the social anxiety part of the tournament. As much as I love those people in everyday life, just being in a competitive setting with those people made me anxious.
Yeah, it still changed the dynamics.
Yeah. And something I wanted to talk about, but that has nothing to do with your question. Because in the last episode we mentioned my first win was against Divi, and I wasn't on mute, and I went, holy shit, when I won against Divi, and then I felt so bad. Because I'm not someone who plays a lot of competitive stuff, so I'm not someone who wins or loses a lot. Though I know I'm not a sore loser, because I never, like, my family is a very casual, like, in games and stuff like that. But I never really analyzed how I am when I win. And then I don't think I was really braggy about it. I was just surprised that I won. But then I was like, that's kind of rude to react that way, because then it's like, I didn't want you to feel like I was like saying like, oh, I'm surprised you lost. Like that sounds weird to say, like to sound, if I were to say the words and say, oh, I'm surprised you lost, that's fucking rude, right?
That's rude.
So when I went like, holy shit, it was really like a moment of like, my brain was like, I cannot believe I won against Divi. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But like, so stuff like that where I was like, muting myself did make me more comfortable, and the moments where I didn't mute myself and I said stuff, then I was like overly anxious about it, because I'm an anxious person. I'm an overthinker. But I also think like my first loss was my first game, and it was against Perf, and I expected to lose. I expected to lose every game I played. But then after Perf, I won every game that week, and then when everybody was preparing for the second week, everybody was talking about like, oh, if Juke like wins this many points, Juke could win. Oh my God, every time there's a new person, they end up winning the tournament or blah blah blah. So then that anxiety was also something of like, I've never had that. Like I've never had a win streak in my life, because I've never competed in anything really. Like I've had minor competitions, but I've always been too anxious to compete in anything ever. So like knowing how to handle a win streak or a losing streak, like that's something that I think is I don't think it's something a noob could be prepared for on their first tournament. Like if it's something you've never lived before, like that's just something you gotta learn along the way.
Yeah, you gotta experience it. There's nowhere around.
Yeah, exactly. But that was interesting for me, because I kept being like, yo, I'm not going to win this tournament, because I knew I was going to win the tournament. But then
you were close.
Yeah, well things were going well. But then my first loss was the coming back on the second week and then losing more. I wasn't as disappointed as I thought it would be, because I wasn't expecting to win, and it was going too well on my first week. And to be fair, like Zik had been really nice about my schedule on the first week. Zik was really sweet about the fact that he put me only against people I knew on my first week, and I thought that was really nice of him. Like that
sure it was on purpose.
Yeah, it was very clearly on purpose. Like I was the first name on the list of schedules and stuff. I thought that was really that was reassuring to be like, oh, it was a reminder of like this is a friendly competition, of seeing that and seeing like, oh yeah, like these guys are chill people. And so I guess a good tip for like a noob joining a tournament would be like start with friendly
of course,
tournaments, because and actually friendly people, because I've said it in like episode 1 maybe of the podcast, like we do talk about a lot of the positives of gaming, but it is true that there is toxicity in the gaming world, especially for women or for LGBT people. Like it's out there, and it is true. So I would say like choose your group, you know, if you're gonna try to do something that's gonna make you anxious.
But the toxicity is mainly in like online rank games, like with strangers.
Yeah.
But if there's toxicity in a friendly tournament, leave your friends.
Yeah.
I mean, don't play with them.
Yeah, and to be fair, like if you know that some of your friends are sore losers or bad winners, if you know that about someone, then either prepare yourself mentally for that, or don't play. Know your limits. Like talk to yourself and be like, okay, what is my limits? And how much can I take before I say like, okay, fuck you, hanging up, you know?
Pretty good tips.
Oh yeah, but what were your guys' impressions of having, because I don't think you guys ever really had a noob join you guys before. You guys were mostly always looking for people at your level.
Well, for my part, we've been training together for at least almost a year now. So I've been working towards this very tournament for a while, but you've impressed me with all your level of organization and the notes you've been preparing, your studying of the grids I showed you. I showed you a few websites for information and reference, but I didn't thought you would go again by yourself. I really thought it was just because I was showing that to you that you were, oh yeah, I have a general idea of what this is, but I don't want to invest time in understanding what's in it. But you've done, even after I showed you, you've done a lot on your own to decipher what's good against what, and
yeah, and
I think it paid off.
I'll say for that, because Perf seen me, I really hated making decks. For really the first year of playing HeartStone, making a deck was like annoying to me.
Part.
But him too, he likes it. But for me, it was like
yeah, we know that.
But like for me, it was really annoying, and Perf was always making my decks for me, and he would literally go on HS Replay, copy a deck, and then fill in the blanks for me. It wasn't that hard. I just was tedious to me, and I think the fact that it wasn't just Perf that wanted me to join the tournament, because there's many times that Perf's like, oh, come, and I was like, but his friends don't want his girlfriend there, you know, his friends just want to be between bros, you know. But that's what my brain was. And then Divi giving me a rant, and Zik writing to me, and Zik and I don't chat that much, so like Zik writing to me and saying like, yo, so I was like, okay, so I am welcome here,
and I had nothing to do with what the other guys did.
I did. I had even asked Zik. I was like, "Did Perf send you?" But so the fact that I felt like, okay, I was welcomed. It wasn't just Perf being like, "Oh, come," and like that was like okay. And then since I decided to dedicate myself because I felt like it was a safe space for me to join, then I was like, okay, like pick yourself up, go to HS Replay, make your fucking decks, be a grown up, you know, like stop being a little bitch. And I remember when I did my decks, Zivu was like, "You have good decks. Like, did Perf help you?" And then Perf was like, "I showed them where to go, and they did it." And you guys were like, "Oh, all right." And then I was like, "Oh, okay," like that. flattered my ego, you know.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie. Usually, when you bring a noob to a tournament with like good players, it's usually a wreck for the noob.
Yeah.
But you were a threat, so it was beyond my expectation, of course.
It was an ego boost to see the guys being like, "Oh, whoa!"
I was sure you would win some games, maybe some BO3, but you managed to win like half of them, so that's really really insane.
Yeah, I was impressed too.
Yeah, I was pretty proud of that. I think that motivated me to continue playing too. It was like, oh, okay, you know, like next THC, maybe I could do better, or maybe next THC I could have a beer and not fail, instead of like being so
Pretty
stressed.
sure whatever happens, your level of anxiety is going to be a lot lower than the first one.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And
Yeah.
that's the point, because it's for fun. So it's not supposed to be stressful.
And it was fun. I think especially meeting all the guys that I hadn't met yet, it also helped being like, okay, this is chill. Yeah.
Looking forward to see you in the next THE, my love.
Number 13, mid-August.
13 is a lucky number in Italy, so it's my turn. I'm the only Italian in the gang. It's my tournament.
We don't have a date, but it's going to be mid-August. So brace yourself.
Embracing.
It's not going to be like really mid-August because it's my birthday. So I'm not going to be playing HeartStone on my birthday.
No, definitely not. And this THC also felt during playoffs, like towards the end, some guys weren't even watching the finals because their playoffs were happening. I was like, wow, hockey wins over HeartStone. Now I know the priorities.
Blasphemy.
Well, I think we covered a lot of it. I think also we covered a lot of terms that I didn't expect we would cover in this episode, but there's like BO3, mulligan, and banning, salty, meta. So there's going to be a lot in the Gamer Glossary. So Gamer Glossary is at gettinggamers.com. We update the glossary with every episode. Perf is in charge of that, so thank God I don't have to do it.
Yeah, I'm in charge of the writing part.
Other than that, you can find us at Getting Gamers on Twitter and Twitch. And you can find me at Juke_ish on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, mostly Instagram. And Perf, where can we find you?
Yeah, I'm going to go again with my Twitch account, which is perfected with an L after the D.
Yeah, so it'd be twitch.tv/perfectedl.
That's right.
And it's going to be in the description. And Divi, once again,
I do not have any social media.
He's a ghost.
Maybe one day.
Sorry, ladies, you don't get to see him.
You want this guy, by the way.
Yeah. All right, guys. GG.
GG.
The artwork for this podcast was made by my dear friend Arielle. You can find her on Twitter at ProfitPossum, and you can find her on Instagram at ProfitOpossum. Our intro and outro song is made by David Feslian from FeslianStudios.com.
Job's done.